And whenever they met some,
and they were out walking,
they'd hike right on past without even talking.
When the Star-Bellied children went out to play ball,
could a plain belly get in the game?
Not at all.
You could only play if your bellies had stars.
And the plain-bellied children had none upon bars.
when the Star-Bellied Sneetches had Frankfurter roasts,
Or picnics, or parties, or marshmallow toasts.
They never invited the plain-bellied Sneetches.
They left them out cold in the dark of the beaches.
They kept them away.
Never let them come near.
And that's how they treated them year after year.
Then one day, it seems, while the plain-bellied Sneetches
Were moping and doping along on the beaches.
just sitting there wishing their bellies had stars.
A stranger zipped up in the strangest of cars.
My friends!
he announced in a voice clear and keen.
My name is Sylvester McMonkey McBean, and I've heard of your troubles.
I've heard you're unhappy, but I can fix that.
I'm the fix-it-up chappie.
I've come here to help you.
I have what you need,
And my prices are low.
and I work at great speed.
And my work is 100% guaranteed.
Then quickly, Sylvester McMonkey McBean.
together a very peculiar machine.
And he said,
You want stars like a star-bellied Sneetch?
my friends, you can have them for $3 each.
Just pay me your money and hop right aboard.
So they clambered inside,
And the big machine roared.
and it plunked,
And it bogged.
and it jerked,
And it burped.
and it bopped them about.
But the thing really worked! When the plain-bellied Sneetches popped out, they had stars!
They actually did.
They had stars upon theirs.
Then they yelled at the ones who had stars at the start.
We're exactly like you. You can't tell us apart.
We're all just the same now, you snooty old smarties.
And
now you can go to your Frankfurter parties.
Good grief.
groaned the ones who had stars at the first.
We're still the best Sneetches, and they are the worst. But now, how in the world will we know?
Which kind is what, or the other way round?
Then up came McBean with a very sly wink.
And he said,
Things are not quite as bad as you think.
so you don't know who's who? That is perfectly true. But come with me, friends. Do you know what I'll do?
I'll make you again the best Sneetches on beaches, and all it will cost you is $10 each.
Belly stars are no longer in style.
Said McBean,
What you need is a our star off machine.
this wondrous contraption will take off your stars.
So you won't look like the Sneetches who have them on theirs.
And that handy machine
Working very precisely,
removed all the stars from their tummies quite nicely.
Then with their snoots in the air, they paraded about.
And they opened their beaks and they let out a shout. We know who is who.
Now there isn't a doubt.
The best kind of Sneetches are Sneetches without.
But of course, those with stars all got frightfully mad.
To be wearing a star now is frightfully bad.
Then of course, old Sylvester McMonkey McBean
Invited them into his star-off machine.
Then, of course, from then on,
As you probably guess,
Things really got into a horrible mess.
all the rest of that day.
on those wild, screaming beaches.
the fix-it-up chappie kept fixing up Sneetches.
On again,
on again, in again, out again.
And through the machines they raced round and about again.
Changing their stars every minute or two. They kept paying money.
They kept running through.
until neither the plane nor the Starbellies knew whether this one was that one.
Or that one was this one.
Or which one was what one.
Or what one was who.
Then, when every last cent
Of their money was spent.
The fix-it-up chappie packed up.
And,
And
he
he
went.
went.
And he laughed as he drove in his car up the beach.
They never will learn.
No, you can't teach a Sneetch. But McBean was quite wrong.
I'm quite happy to say.
That Sneetches got really quite smart on that day.
The day that they decided that Sneetches are Sneetches.
And no kind of Sneetches is the best on the beaches.
that day, all the Sneetches forgot about stars.
And whether they had one or not upon theirs.